Hello and welcome to this week's Mini-Muse episode. This is going to be a microdose of a ritual that you can implement straight away into your week and just start living your vision board live. You've got one half of Double Muse, Jane, here, and I'm excited to share this week's topic. This week's mini dose is all about using a physical trigger to become more productive and get more out of your days. Reduce the mental load because I know I can speak on behalf of all women that we have 1,000,001 tabs open in our brain, and by implementing a physical trigger, I have been able to cut out so much unproductivity. I've been able to cut out so much in between time and just really be more present with my children, more present with my business, and get more done and reduce that mental load. Now, this is something that I've been implementing for quite some time now, and I've actually had friends who have started to do it and have really got so much out of it. So us as women, it's not just the tasks that we have to do. We're also thinking about tasks. We're also planning things. We're also remembering them. So I'm thinking of household management. I'm thinking of emotional labor of having to check in with friends and maintain relationships, and then parenting logistics like school drop off and, baking for the cake stall and all of those things. And then of course we've got work, we've got social coordination, we've got personal well-being, like we're supposed to go to the gym and do our skincare amongst all of that. So what goes from 5 to 10 responsibilities, you can see quickly has become 30 to 50. And women in particular in today's society have 1,000,001 tabs open. So what I started to do, and what I used to do before I started to implement this trigger, was I would try and do everything. So we have 1,000,001 hats. Like we have our mum hat, we have our social hat, we have our work hat, we have all these different hats. And during my day of being a mum of 3 boys and having an online business, I would try and do everything all at once. And it just meant chopping and changing. And then I would get frustrated because I'd be trying to do work and my kids would interrupt me. I'd be trying to be with my kids and then work would interrupt me. And I would get so frustrated. I wasn't present with my kids. I wasn't being productive at all in my work. And it was just a whole lot of nothing. And then that would lead to burnout and that led to frustration. So what I started to do is I started to compartmentalize my roles. So I would, on the days and in the time frame that I would set for myself, I would be like, I'm locking into mum mode for these few hours, for this day, for this whatever time I had. And then I would lock into my CEO mode where I would work on my business, and I would compartmentalize my day. But how I would do that is I used a physical trigger. Now, this sounds so simple, but when I wanted to lock into mum mode, I'd put an apron on. I'd do my runners up, I'd put an apron on, and this would lock me into mum mode. And I became so productive in my time because it was almost like a trigger of this is what I'm doing now. And you can do that for so many things. Like with the work version of you, get some Blu-ray glasses, put them on and lock into the business mode of you. And what it does is it trains your brain to lock in with whatever it is that you've chosen to do. Like mentally, sit as much as you can, even do your work in the same place at the same time as often as you can. Never try and do work in bed because subconsciously your brain is going to say this is a place to rest, but it works in reverse. So every time you sit down at your desk or the kitchen table or wherever it is that you work, subconsciously your brain is going to kick into gear a lot faster, and you'll just find that less lagging time of jumping from one thing to the next. So that's what I've done that has changed my life in so many different ways. I'm way more present with my children because I know that this is the time that I can be mum mode. This is the time I can be CEO mode. This is the time that I can be social, kick up her heels, Jane. Compartmentalize your day and use a physical trigger like an apron, like some glasses, put your heels on for the social version of you, and really use that trigger to compartmentalize the different versions and the different hats of you. I can promise you it's going to increase your productivity. You're going to feel so much better about yourself because you won't be so harsh on yourself because you're not getting the things you want to be done. You won't be half-assing, or things won't be getting done with just a quarter of the capacity of you. You'll be really utilizing your full capacity with each one. So I want you, this is full permission to go and buy an apron and put it on your socials. I want you to tag me. I want you to share it, and I want you to see and watch how it really does change everything and all the different hats that you have, really reduce the mental load and get more out of your day.